G'day, I'm Harris. Right now we're in the middle of bee swarming season in Melbourne, and so today I'm going to be setting up a bait box to catch some bees. Now, if you want to get a colony of bees, there are three main ways of getting them. First, you go to a breeder and buy some, obviously, or you can wait for a swarm to arrive, hopefully in a tree, and then shake them out of the tree into a box, and then take that box and dump the bees into their new hive. Thirdly, and my favourite, is you set up a bait box and wait for the bees to come to you. This here is my bait box. For a bait box that's attractive to bees, essentially all you need is a cavity of about 40 litres with an entrance of about 25 to 30 millimetres diameter, which is what I have here. I made this box 5 years ago, and I've used it at least once a year since then to catch some swarms, or catch a swarm, and it hasn't failed me yet. You can see around the door where it's a bit dark, so that's where the bees have been coming in when they have. Okay, essentially I've just made this box out of brace board, you can tell, and it's just made over a frame of some scrap pine I had, and it's basically painted white to keep the weather out, because brace board's just particle board, obviously. The entrance has a simple door to it, a simple swing door, where for transportation, when you're taking the box to take the bees to their new hive, it's just a matter of swinging the door closed, and you've got the mesh for ventilation for when you're travelling, and we've got to put a screw in there for a lock so as it won't accidentally open when it's in your car when you're transporting it. It can be embarrassing. And on the side we've got another door that you can open up. It has mesh in there for ventilation, again, for when you're transporting the bees to their new home. As it happens, a Langstroth 8 frame full depth super is about 43 litres. So I did actually make this box to those dimensions. And so with that in mind, it will actually take normal Langstroth frames, which I have here. There, just a normal Langstroth frame. And that just fits in there nicely. And that is extremely handy for when you're taking the bees to put them into their new hive, because all you do, once the bees have started basically working on their combs, they're on there, so you just take them out and put them into the new hive, just like that. Now, the bees don't like, well, apparently the bees don't like too much foundation inside the bait box, because it makes them think the volume is a lot less than what it actually is. So what I do is I have 4 frames with a small bit of starter strip on it, so the bees will just instantly go to the starter strips and start building on those, and so at least they'll start off straight. Now I don't necessarily have to put in the other 4 frames, but I could if I wanted to, because the bees will just start building on the combs that are there. And so after that, there is the roof. Just a simple frame with a bit of plywood on top. Sits on top. And I've got the aluminium flashing on there to keep the water out, to keep it make it weatherproof. And it's got a large overhang as well, as you can see, and that's just to keep any rain or keep the weather off when the bees are sort of moving in. Or more actually to protect the box, keep the weather off the box. Anyway, with all that there, it's time to go put the bait box outside. One thing I did forget to mention is the secret to this is actually using, where is it? Lemongrass oil as an attractant. All you need to do is get a paper towel and put, that's probably maybe too much, but anyway, just put a couple of drops of lemongrass oil on the paper towel. Put it inside the box, and that'll attract bees from miles around. And I can smell the lemongrass from here. Anyway, now it's time to put the box outside. There we go. One bait box installed. This is a swarm arriving to this very bait box 2 years ago in 2020. The mass of the bees was so dense it tripped the motion detector on the security camera. Well, that was video from a security camera just outside the door here of a swarm arriving about this time last year into this same bait box. So this is what we're hoping to get within a couple of days. But of course in Melbourne, weather's been terrible, so I don't know how the swarming season is going to go this year. However, thank you for watching my video, and I will catch you next time.